Hello and welcome to Gunthrex Travels. As you can see, we're here under the RV because I want to talk about one of the things I've had to deal with this trailer that was actually really frustrating and disappointing and happened very recently after I purchased this trailer brand new from the dealership. This is part of my series of kind of catching you guys up on the current status of the trailer and kind of like I want to talk about the projects I've already done, and this kind of qualifies, but it's also not finished, and I haven't come up with the perfect solution for it yet. But I did want to talk about it because it's not something I'm going to be able to fix anytime soon, and I'm not really motivated to actually fix it yet because we're plugged into a permanent, we're at a permanent place where we have water all the time, and so yeah, it's my water tank. It's got a 50-gallon water tank here in the trailer, and let me flip over here and get. I'm not going to pull the covering off, so you're not going to actually be able to see the tank itself. But if you know anything about RVs, you know what a water tank looks like. So the water tank is actually located up under here, and when it was installed with only a little half-inch piece of plywood to hold it up in between the support beams that are running across the trailer. And so the problem that I had with that is that I was filling up my water tank because in the place that I was living, the water pressure there wasn't really good, and I like having strong water pressure for my showers. So I would go through and I would manually fill up my tank so that I could, use the water tank and the higher pressure water pump in my trailer to take showers and all of that stuff, because that's just the way I prefer it to be. Now, over the course of about a year, I think, of filling up that tank and using it and all of that stuff, it weakened the plywood, and the plywood eventually snapped, and the entire tank fell out of the support. And as you can see from it ended up, the only thing that prevented the water tank from completely falling out of the bottom of the trailer was the fact that this was here, and it's held in place with some pretty sturdy screws, and it also has a bunch of sealing that's not really here anymore on this part because I ripped all of this black covering down. I ripped it all down to get to the tank. But yeah, I was my trailer, and all of a sudden it felt like an earthquake hit the trailer or something, and the whole trailer went whoa, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I walk outside and I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I look under the trailer, and this entire section here that I just showed you was just sagging down real hard, and I was like, oh crap. So I go through the process of draining the tank and then unscrewing all of these screws, which are a pain in the butt to get back in. Let me tell you, I've had to take this thing apart several times, and every time I have to do it, I dread it, and which is why I'm not doing it for the video here. I know it probably would have been worth the effort for you guys to see it, but it's such a pain to get the screws back in that I don't want to do it. And I can just explain it to you, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, when I opened it up, the plywood that was holding it up before had snapped in half, and the tank had fallen out from between the supports that were there. And yeah, it wasn't a good situation. And the part that bothers me the most is that, as I said in the first video that I did, I didn't have a truck when I first got this thing. I had a friend pick it up from the dealership for me and move it into a semi-permanent RV/trailer park situation. So I wasn't using the RV to move around. It never went anywhere. So the braking happened as a result solely of filling up the tank and emptying the tank, and so filling up the tank and emptying the tank, which means that the design that they chose for this just was not reasonable, because I don't know how you would have had any reasonable amount of water in that tank and then driven down the road. Now, I understand that, you're not really supposed to drive down the road with full tanks, but at the same time, if you're going to, say, a boondocking location where there's not going to be water, you need to be able to put water in the tank and be able to take that water with you, right? So it's clear that whoever designed this system did not really think through making sure that a 50-gallon water tank, which is going to weigh over 400 pounds when it's full of water, they didn't really think very hard through the process of making sure that this tank was going to be secure, because it never moved with water in it, and the water that it had put in it was always put in it when it was in a stationary position. And so, yeah, one of the biggest disappointments, and one of the things I'm still kind of trying to work on coming up with the solution for, is fixing the water tank in such a way that it's not going to have to move around. Now, right now, my solution is I have some ratchet straps, some heavy-duty ratchet straps attached to the frames and running under the tank to hold it up. And to be perfectly honest with you, that should be a reasonably secure solution, so long as I'm able to check it out. But realistically, with as difficult as it is to get these out, I don't go and look at it, and we're not really moving around much anyways. But that leads me on to my second thing that I want to talk about. Is you can see that the trailer has undercarriage covering all the way from the front to the back. And one of the things I want to do is to figure out, I want to rip all of this out, and then I want to take this material that we have here and I want to cut it into big squares and then build some frames that I can then attach to the actual RV frame and make it so that these are like panels that could just come down and give me easy access to different parts of the trailer without having to take everything apart. Because right now you have one piece of material going all the way from the back up to right I think right here, maybe. And then you have another piece from the front all the way back over here, right here in the middle. Now, luckily, they put the overlap right here where the, so that was super convenient in one sense, because I was able to kind of just unscrew this and then pull it down, and the water tank was basically right there. That was a super convenient thing to have. But the fact that I had to open it up in the first place because the water tank fell out of the trailer is kind of a problem for me. And there's a lot of things about these trailers that have been designed in a way that it's not very easy to work on them. So I want to make it so that it's easier for me to get to things under the trailer. And so the panel idea is one of the things I've been thinking about, trying to replace the entire bottom of the trailer with this kind of modular panel system that uses the original materials, but is much easier to attach and detach and that kind of thing. So anyways, that's my thought processes on the bottom of the trailer here, and more specifically the water tank issue. It disappoints me that Winnebago was not able to figure out a really good solid solution for something that is so heavy and needed way more structural support than they gave it. And yeah, while the trailer overall is, pretty good for the, tier of trailer that it is, that's a major oversight that really bugs me that was even a problem in the first place. But anyways, I'm ready to get out from under this trailer, so we're gonna go ahead and end this video. Click the like button to spread it out to more people. Subscribe to the channel to help us reach that first major channel milestone of 10,000 I'm sorry, that's the other channel. 1,000 subscribers for this one. My gaming channel, I'm working towards 10. And then, yeah, be sure to come back for future videos. Go back and watch the 2 videos that we've done before this, talking about me and where I come from, and then the tour of the trailer that we've done already. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then.